I can remember being 17, the day starting like any other. My friend Cameron and I waking up, falling out of bed, and rushing to school. I can remember the day dragging on, shambling from class to class. When math class rolled around, I sat in my usual spot next to Cameron. We messed around, cracking jokes, and about halfway through my class, Cameron was called down to the office. I could feel something wasn't right. Anxiety loomed over me. A million thoughts were racing through my head over what it could be. After a while of sitting and waiting for the inevitable trouble, I get called down to the office. I can remember walking down the seemingly endless hallways that got longer at every turn. All I could do was mentally prepare myself for the worst. Finally making it to the office, I take a breath and walk in. A feeling of dread came over me. Sitting there was my family. Sadness filled the room and everyone's eyes were on me. I felt alone. I looked around at everyone in the room, hoping for an answer, but no one could give me one. With heartbreak in his eyes, my father looks at me in the face and says, "Son, your mother is dead." Emotion rushed over me like a roaring wave. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't talk. All I could do was cry. I asked how, but no one could give me an answer. In silence, we prayed it out, like a funeral that hasn't even come. My mind racing with thoughts. I had every doubt. All I could do was think, they're wrong. She's okay. She's been through worse. She's going to pull through and be okay. We finally got to my grandmother's house, and all my hope was gone. There was cops lining the streets. Paramedics were picking up supplies. A feeling of hopelessness fell over me when I saw my brother sitting on the porch crying. Something I hadn't seen except at the worst points in my life. We all sat and talked for a while, and he told me with great sorrow he was the one who had found her, as if there was something he could have done. We walked into the house, and he showed me where my mother had passed. All of us silent, knowing the pain we all felt. With a sense of emptiness all around, we looked over the room my mother spent her last moments, yet still no one had any answers. It took 3 days, 3 long, agonizing days to get the answers. My mother had problems for years, but none of us wanted to say it. When the coroner's report finally came in, it just confirmed what we all knew. She tried to hide it from us for years. She tried to make us feel normal. My mother overdosed and passed away. When we finally got the news, there was a sense of strange relief, overshadowed by anger, sadness, and loneliness. I couldn't help but feel like a piece of me was taken. I felt angry because I felt like someone should have been there for her, if only she didn't feel so judged by the world. I felt sad because I knew she was alone in her final moments, and lonely because my mom was there to walk me through all of the heartbreak in my life. And now all I had was myself to comfort me. I can remember being 17